Hello everyone, Alex here from WarnOffKeys.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use immediately invoked function expressions. So IFFEs, as they're frequently called, are going to be functions that are immediately ran, and so you might see this sometimes within code, and if you're not familiar with these they might seem confusing, but I'm going to explain them right now. So to get started, I'm going to go into my console and I'm going to initialize a node project with npm init-y, and then I'm going to make a new file called index.js. Now you're probably used to the standard function declaration. We could say function, some function, then inside we can console log saying hello world, and then we can actually call this function. And then we can also have arrow functions, so constant some other function, and then this can do the same thing. And then we can call some other function. Now of course if we run this we're going to see hello world twice, just like that. However, sometimes you might see something like this. Console.log hello world. And so this might seem a little bit more confusing. Whoops. Let me actually get rid of all this other stuff. So you might see something like this. The semicolon here is optional. A VS Code extension I have called Prettier is actually adding that, but oftentimes you won't see the semicolon. If I run this, we still see hello world. Let's actually break this down into what's happening here. If you look at the highlighted portions, this is actually its own function. We see parameters, we see arrow, and then we see the actual scope of the function. And this entire thing is wrapped inside of its own set of parentheses right here and right here. This way, this is all contained as one single statement here. And then after that, it is going to call the function using this right here. Let's say that we had name, and we say hello plus name. We could actually pass in Bob here. If I save and run this, we see hello Bob. And so here you get a better understanding of the actual arguments and parameters that are going to be passed in. Now in some cases, you might see asynchronous immediately invoked function expressions. And so the only change here is that this is going to be asynchronous. And so within, we can actually await something else. And so now you can use await inside of here. And so I don't typically suggest that you use immediately invoked function expressions all over the place because they're not really the most clear things in the world. It is better to have a very clear function that says print name, and then you pass in a name, and then you can just console log saying hello plus name. This is much more clear because we're giving it a label or a name here. And so it's very clear to other programmers what this function actually does. However, IFFEs do have their place. So if you ever run into a code like this, then you understand what it does now. That's pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions, then feel free to leave a comment down below or ask in the Warn Off Keys Discord. And if this video helped you, then please consider liking and subscribing.